Hey everybody, welcome back to the Safe Haven Valley Workbench. Today we got a little bit of updating to do and kind of a little bit of a foresight of direction on the Joe's place. I've kind of added to this kit a little bit. I have had quite a bit of time off work, especially with this winter storm that's blown in across the country. The West Coast here in Oregon has been hit hard, so it's caused my workplace to be without power and ice. And working at a material plant, it just has shut us down. So I managed to work on this build, and I've actually got a little bit further than what I was intending. So let's get right into it, and we will get to see a few things that I'm going to plan on doing. So, as you know, I was working on this. This is Joe's place. This is how it's coming out. The only thing really left on it to do is the trim work under the eaves, along here probably, and then sticking in the windows, seals, that kind of thing. That's the last thing that I will be doing is that. I've already got, as I said, this will be going along with the Ronnie's River repair. I have not come up with names for the structures themselves yet, but it's in the works. And right now, what I'm going to be showing today is kind of where I'm going. So here, this is Ronnie's. I still got to do. I'm still got to do the trim work, which again I'm saving to do all together because I want to do this, and then also Wayman's together, so that when I get all of the trim work done, I can go ahead and start plopping them in one by one where they belong. Today, I'm going to show you kind of how it's all going to look. I've actually made a little bit of a change to the build of, well, it's not a change, it's an add-on to Joe's place. So let's get to that, and then we'll get into starting the next project, which I'm not eager to start just yet because I have a few things to do. So with that out of the way, the finer details mainly is like this. Ronnie's already got the windows seals and stuff already in. I got to do some touch up. This is why I don't like putting them in until I know they're in official spots. But I got a little bit of window touch up to do. I'll probably not going to worry about that until it goes on the actual layout. That's why it's important that I'm holding off on some of the more larger ones. I just don't have space to, and I don't really want to pack them away and then pull them out. So I'll probably do those when I have my layout, and then I can put them right onto the layout. I just don't want them getting ruined. The smaller ones here I have plans for, but I can put them together and still get what I want done. Anyway, so the detail work is going to be put off till all of the 3 kits are done. Then I'll do it all together, and then they will all be glued together and attached as one piece, and then we can just lay it down onto the layout when it is time. So we'll get right into it. So with that, I decided that I'm going to extend out. This is the foundation for the pier that it sits on. I pretty much did what the instructions said. Although Frank had his going long ways this way. Let's see if I can pull that up and show you real quick here. Just had the instructions. Where did you go? Here they are. All right, so in the instructions right here, if you can see it, If you can see how Frank has it, he has them going this way with each row. There's 6 rows. And then on that bottom part, he has one long one that goes this way. And then he's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 long pieces that go this way. I didn't opt for that. What I did do is this, though. I put a strip all the way along this edge. After I went through and did those long supports, I went and did one long one here and one long one there, and then I doubled it up on everyone this way. Just it's different. It does the same thing. It's just different. And in that, I left a little bit of a lip for the pier. So because now I can set it in there just like that and glue it all together. That's how it's going to look, this pier. And I'm taking this door and I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to center it. I'm going to put it all the way up against the edge, the one edge, and then I'm going to probably center it just like that, enough like that, so that I have enough room here and quite a bit of boardwalk space here, because this over here is an extension of this, and for that I have that drying here. Let's just pull it out and see how well it dried. Awesome. I love the coloring of it. This was a piece I already had. It was painted the same color as Ronnie's. These buildings are similar colors. Wayman's is going to be a slightly different color that will go into that. So with this, I'm going to be doing a thing. So if you remember in Ronnie's, there's a little boat thing that's going to go down here. That's still going to go in. Yeah, that piece is still going to go in. I'm going to build it when I put it on the layout. That will get built in place. Then right here is going to be Wayman's coming out this way a little bit. And then I have this piece going in right here to give that's kind of like a brown, that's kind of a brownish black, and this is kind of a greenish thing and all that. So, and then I still got to put supports under here for this part, but I'm extending this out. And then the first part I got to do is, before I glue this down, I got to lay this upside down, and then I got to get these two glued together, and then so it's like that, and then glue it together on the edge there, and then just let it sit flat. Once that's done, I can then put the supports on. And how that's going to work is I'm going to actually build, excuse me, just like over here, this is going to have like a little barge thing down here. There's going to be a little something going on down here. Haven't decided yet. But what's in between is no. It's gonna be Wayman's. Wayman's is here. Is here somewhere. I've been dealing a lot with on my workbench, but here it is. in the top drawer, not the bottom one. So this guy is just a small little pier thing that will go right here. Just like that, but I might turn it and just make it jaunt out. The reason why I put these out there is for a little bit of a lip. I haven't decided officially, but I'm just kind of playing with it. So I'm probably going to do something like this, because then it gives it some depth. But if I can streamline it, have it more narrow, go this way. But the reason why I was not going to go this way, I think, was this overhangs a little bit off of that. Come on, stay put. That's going to go right there like that. That's going to go right there like that. And then I was thinking about maybe putting this on like that, but it leaves about a quarter of an inch overlap off of this edge. But if I do it this way, which will still look good, it will allow me to do a little bit of decorative work. Because as you know, this is what Wayman's going to look like, right? That's the building of Wayman's right there. So it's going to have these pilings on it, all but one side. Well, the back side. So I can go like this and put the piling here, here, over here, and over here. And then these three buildings will compile the three main structures. Over here, I'm going to probably create a scene because this is going to be attached into the land side. So this might just be, I might just make this a pier, you know, just a walkout pier, you know how you walk out and with a railing. I don't know. It's just something I felt like I needed to add something other than having the three clusters. But yeah, that's kind of what the idea around the whole thing will be. It's not exact yet. Not exact yet, but that's kind of the direction I'm headed. And as I put it together, it may change. It may stay the same. I might add to it. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of the direction we're headed with all of this. And all that good stuff. And this one's lighted. So, it'll be the one that's lighted. I don't know about the Ronnie's. That's not going to be, that's all done for the most part. So that won't be lit. I might add a light into this one. Maybe because this Wayman's has actually got an internal light. I might put on, I'll find a way to, I have some of them. They're called Plug and Go, which is this strip right here. One of these. It's a light hub, and it includes 4 just plug light ports. So all I gotta do is plug these in. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can give this light. I can give that light. And that's probably how I'm gonna power this. Not on a battery. So that's kind of what I'm thinking along lines of all that. So, anywho, that is this portion of the video. I also have an update for my diorama. I got to do a little work to it. I'm kind of working around some thoughts right now with it, but let me move this stuff out of the way real quick so that we can move on to the next phase. You go in there. You go back up here. We'll set you over here. This can go all the way there. All right. With these going out of the way, I will pull up the other project I'm working on. Okay. All right. I'm working on South Haven right now. I'm playing around with some ideas. I'm actually working on getting these to stay glued in, and I'm working it down. I'm having to make some adjustments to these. I'm just not liking how it's going in, so it's just a lot of work to go through with these little pieces. I mean, these pieces are, in my opinion, are designed, and what they are is they are Woodland Scenics. It's called a privacy fence. And I chose a privacy fence for a business. Why, I don't know, but I just thought it'd be kind of interesting. Normally you would see like a chain link fence along here. But each of these packs come with 8 pieces. And these little posts I'm having to put through the board and everything else. But for this to work, I gotta go and I gotta get take another piece of this, because that's actually wood. That's what it is. And I gotta go and make it flat. I gotta make it flat because it's not allowing the pieces to come through the way that I want. So I gotta flatten this board out. Then I can put these all in, and then I can go all the way around. Because of this, I'll be redoing some of this as I go to kind of make it better. And in doing so, I had to take off this piece just to work with stuff. So this prod diorama is kind of changing a little bit. I might add it back in, I might not. We'll see how that all works. I have it right here. I've been playing around with the idea of maybe putting an awning right here next to the fence, like that. I just been kind of sitting on it. I've been trying to figure out what can I do to make this look more like what I want it. And so it's supposed to sit like this. But I am thinking of adding in a parking lot, and in order for me to do so, I can make it work, but I'm thinking on some things to see if it'll work. But the priority thing right now is to work on this fencing and getting this flat. But it is coming along. This is just the next step, is to get the fence in. Somewhere here in my supplies, I have some wood to go in here. And then I'm thinking about maybe doing a parking lot up here, that kind of thing. And then on top of that, I got to come around front here. I gotta do this part here. This is gonna be grayed in for a sidewalk, and then this will be green. I'm gonna probably put some actual green grass stuff down here, and then I am gonna really have to work on it, but I'm gonna write out South Haven Lumber Supply and make a very, very small sign to go here in front, and that'll be on a piece of wood or something, and then it'll get put into place. But that's kind of the direction I'm going. There's, nothing's really set in stone, but I'm shooting it off of that. I'm just trying to listen to what my mind is telling me. Oh, that would look better this way, or that would look better that way. Trying to play the scenario out in my head, and then just try to follow it and see where it goes. Other than that, there's really not much really going on. There is a couple things that I did get for tools, so I want to share. And on a brief note, I have started getting into working on my engines. I have a bunch of older engines, not new. I have my new big boy. I have the Challenger waiting to be shipped to me. They say they have them, but I'm waiting it to be shipped out. And then I got an AB unit from Union Pacific, and then I have the SD70 Ace that's coming out on pre-order. Those are the only real new ones I have. I'm an N-scale, so I have a lot of N-scale models that run and work that I'm not really having to worry about so much on those. They've been ran, and I run them every so often to keep them in good shape. So I'm working on the HO scale stuff just to learn the mechanics and maintenance and electrical of them, and applying it to whatever else I need. So I love working on these old ones. I love seeing how they run. I love being able to bring them back to life. And if they don't come back to life, then they don't. I just love looking and working on them. I'm also right now, this is my 31,004 Pennsylvania steam locomotive that I've been working on. I got it all cleaned up, back together. That was fun. Learning how to do all that. And then I got to rewire a couple wires to itself. But because the old solder broke, so I got to resolder a few things there. But then, other than that, things are coming along good with that. I got to redo the piston in there. I got to get the piston all back in there after wiring it. But that is what I'm doing. I'm starting to work on getting some of the older ones done, and I like buying the older locomotives for good deals and working on them just to have fun with it. The last train show I came to, I bought this guy right here. This guy was $5. $5. It's an HO locomotive. And it's rear, the power gears are in the back, because you got all the metal right here. They just got to be really clean. All the ones in the front, they have traction tires on 1, 2, 3, 4 of those wheels, and then power wheels in the back. And this is from Lifelike. So this is a $5 find. They say it does not run, but I've already put power to it, and it does have power. So it just needs, it's confirming what I figured. It just needs to be cleaned like everything else. And then yesterday, for working on locomotives, I got some of this stuff. This is a pack of Oh, it's 1,500, 2,000, let's see, 2,500, 3,000, and 7,000 and I think 5,000 grit. Let's open up and double check here. This is for cleaning and doing fine detailed stuff. So I got 1,500 right here. 1,500, 2,000. Got 2,500. 3,000. 5,000. And 7,000. Those are very, very good grits. I mean, there is like literally nothing. There's like literally nothing to it. It's like the 7,000 literally feels like just regular paper. There's like nothing to it. So, and that's how you want to make your thing smooth. Now, this stuff I'm bought is it gets the commutators down really smooth. You just put a piece of paper right through, and you know, just a few turns will clean it right up. You don't, and one little strip will last a while. And then the last, that was what I picked up there. I also just ordered me a soldering gun, and I also got one of these guys. It's a heat tool. This is how I dry a lot of my glue. Like if I want to just work, and I need to do things to dry, paint, whatever, this is a good tool. I got this off of Temu. This is a Temu product. It's called Heat Tool. And it's a hot air gun. It's not a very big one. This is what it is. Hot air gun. It's 110 volt. Comes with a stand and an on-off button. All right. So I can tolerate it this far from my hand pretty decent. Any closer, I'd burn myself. This is still getting pretty warm on my hand, but it's not burning me. Now my hand's hot. That's how quick. Very quick. And it says right here, nozzle may be hot. So don't touch the nozzle. You got metal inside the plastic there. So, but it's a cool little tool that I work with. Especially if I'm trying to dry something. So, so far it's worked good. I'm happy with it. And that kind of thing. So we'll set that down there to cool. But anyway, that is about where we are at for this video. It has been about a good 30 minutes for an update, kind of where I'm going and what I've been doing. Like I said, work has gotten me, we're out of power at work, so I'm not even going to work tomorrow. So it's just been taking vacation days and or using sick days to compensate. And I'm ready to go back to work. So, and actually do work. So we just been frozen. Everything's frozen solid and our plant's out of power. So until they get that up, I don't go back to work. So I have plenty of time to model in the meantime, here and there, and alongside of, spending time with my daughter that I don't usually get to have. So, a lot going on our workbench here at Safe Haven. But love seeing everything you guys are doing out there. Again, it is very fun and inspirational to see how you guys are doing what you're doing. It keeps me going. And it's just like when I haven't been able to get to my bench for several days, and I see your videos, it's like I gotta get to the bench, gotta work, gotta get something done. So I have tried to at least spend 30 minutes at my workbench when I get a chance to at home. And that's usually in the evenings because I've been working day shift. I'm normally working swings, but because we've had a setback at work around Christmas that took a big order away, it brought everybody to days, from swing to days temporarily. When we go get more work in the spring to summer, we'll probably go back to swing. And then I'll be back at working the swing shift. But right now, I get to enjoy being home at night, getting my daughter to bed, getting to the workbench on top of other things. So, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And I am sorry, guys, I did not make it to Timonium this year. I was planning on coming, but there's just been a lot of stuff going on with work and home. So, there is a lot going on this year. I am really trying to push to get into a house this year, so I'm going to have to cut my budget on trains for a while. I have plenty to build. I'm still at 80% to 95% of every kit that Frank has put out. I have. I got a lot of personal projects I want to do, some scratch builds I want to do, all that kind of fun stuff. I even got locomotives to work on and run, so I have enough to keep me busy. I just gotta kind of knuckle down and just try to do what I can. But I enjoy watching everything you do, and I may even do a train video. I am not to the point where I am really 100% on things. I'm probably right around 50 or 60% knowledge of my knowledge base on these guys. The older ones are easy to do. There's really not a lot to them. It's more the modern ones. I don't have a solder gun, so I can't really repair while doing a video. So I'm just not going to do videos for a while. I have a soldering gun, but I need to get used to using it before I do videos. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. It's Sunday. You guys have a wonderful week as we all come out of this deep freeze. Hopefully back east, you guys start to warm up a little bit. Kind of get to a comfort zone. Over here on the East Coast, West Coast, we don't get a lot of freezing weather. I mean, we get down to the freezing temperatures, but we don't get a lot of the deep freeze like we did just recently. We just got down to like 12 degrees. That's cold for over here. We don't normally get down to that. We get down maybe at the lowest 29 with no snow and maybe just cold temperatures. The weather is never right to really dump snow like you guys get back east, or for those of you who live back east, rather. We get mountain snow. But we made it through it this winter. Looking forward to this year. So I'm going to throw this out there. I am working on maybe trying to get a big group together for chat on Google. So if you are up for that, yeah, just I'll be posting it in our Facebook. You know, I want to host a Google meet and greet, just so we all can get together and talk. That's right, a Google um, meet and greet. Um, I'd love to actually talk to some of you all back east. If you know, I've talked to Frank a couple times on video calls. I've talked to some of you on text or messaging, but I think it'd be cool to get together and actually have a YouTube, or not a YouTube, but a meet and greet with Google, and just you know meet and say hello and kind of get to know each other a little more on this hobby. I mean, I'm on the West Coast. A lot of you are in central to eastern side of the country. There, I know Lynn over here. There's a couple others that I've talked to on Facebook that are here in Oregon. Um, but I'd love to meet you guys all. Even if it's not there in person, we can meet on a Google meet and greet. So let me know what you all think. I think it's a great idea. Just tell me yay or nay. If that's something you're going to do, and if there's a big thing, I might do more of an update on it, but I will do a live video from our Safe Haven Facebook page to talk more about that and everything else. But with that, we're going to let you guys go. Thanks for listening in. That's the update. Lots of ideas going through my head right now. There's plenty to do. I don't get to do a lot of videos because there's a lot of noise going on here at the house with my daughter, the cat, and my in-laws when they're home, and I'm not too worried about my wife. She's more of a quiet mouse, but everyone else is doing things, so I don't get too much quiet time like today to really do videos. So I jumped on. I got you guys a video. I got a lot done. I'm working on models. Just a great, relaxing time. So you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and we will talk soon. Hopefully sometime in the next week or so. Talk to you later.